Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Mikey. Hello, Ish, and hello, Stein. How are you doing? Let me throw a linky poo onto the Discord. Yeah, how's your week been? How's things been, folks? Why is that back there? Hey, YouTube. And Twitter too. Right. Ready. Let's throw that one up there, that one there. Hello. Hello Kev, hello Mikey, hello ClexQ. I can't remember, you told me to say a name, call you by a name, but I can't remember it. I'm sorry. Hello Subuser. Hello Nath. How you doing? And hello F7. How are you doing? Yeah, how's everybody's week been? Kyle, that's the one. Got it. I'm gonna go with Kyle. Until I forget next week, and then I'll call you Kicks. I'm doing grand, hunting on the old eBay. Ah yes, challenge. The question is, do we make the challenge a video, or do we... my system will arrive next week, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, has anyone noticed a thing? In fact, there's two things that you can see in the frame right now that are exciting. New electronic telescope, nice. I must admit, I'm not hip to the telescope game, so you're gonna have to give me some basic info on how interesting it is. Crocked glasses? No. And no, not new curtains. My LB popped out and I fixed it, then RB. Oh, bumpers, right. Got ya. That was, oh. I know, Wapted's been been AFK for a wee while. Nice one, Stein. Oh dear. No, so oh, bin Uniing, yeah, that is true. That was my partner. The two things are that and that, or that, which you can't quite see through the chat. Tristan ordered a 9900K 2 days ago and immediately regretted it after seeing what the 3700X is going to be. Well, bear in mind that the 3700X is still a hypothetical. And while I am under NDA, I'm not under NDA for the stuff that they aren't talking about. So as far as I'm aware, 3000 series isn't going to be announced at CES. As far as I'm aware, I can't tell you what they're announcing at CES, but it's not that exciting, I think. I know that there was a product page, but again, it's hard to disprove a negative. Is it the 3699.99? Why? Lol. Just wink if it's Navi. No. Good evening. Hello, Starman. How you doing? Probably gonna verge away from AMD and all that jazz. Talk strikes. Is there strikes at Talk? Is that a thing? You gotta I haven't seen this. I don't watch the news and I barely use Reddit, so I'm not necessarily the most informed when it comes to yeah, news and breaking events. But to make sure my ultra wide is ready on that desk on Saturday. What, you'd rather not the 4K 144Hz monitor? Oh yeah, by the way, 4K 144Hz. It's a $2.5 monitor. Yeah. Chat phone. Yeah, I'll probably just put that one there. Although the PC, what I can do is I can put that one there, but then bring the 2080 Ti PC downstairs so that that's there, and the 2080 Ti can be with the 8700K can be there with the 4K 144Hz, and yeah, that'll be cool. Cool. $2.5 set to die. Lol. I'm not being responsible for that. Yeah, I'll do that. Long story short, I got OpenReach to admit I have fiber to the property outside my house, so I should finally be able to order it soon. Nice one. Why did they not want to admit that? Were they oversubscribed? Because that would be the only reason that I would expect them to want to not sell you what I assume is a more expensive but cheaper to run service. So yeah. Hello, Chief Applejuice. How you doing? Hello, Martin. How's things? It's been there for a year. Wow, interesting. That's surprising to hear. Let's say, because yeah, that's again, fiber is cheaper for them to run, and unless they're oversubscribed, which is perfectly possible knowing them, but it's just strange, you know. Mac, it's not my shirt. That is new as of last week if you're here. But no, it's not my crooked glasses either. So yeah, it's the Asus PG27UQ, which is very nice. It's also very expensive, and is about the same value as my car. Kind of crazy. Very nice though. It's a truly interesting experience. And then also I got a Vive for Christmas, which is awesome. I set up a stand with a tripod mount for the lighthouse, and then I have my other lighthouse over there. I've been playing Pavlov VR, and it's you know, you look like a moron, so you know it's not going to be something that I'm streaming, for example, but it's pretty cool, and I'm enjoying it a lot. It's a really nice experience. It's fun. It looks better than your car though. I just fitted new headlights to my car actually, so no, it looks better. I have an older system with an i5-6400T, 12 gigs of RAM. What GPU do you think I should get? How much money are you looking to spend? Not even for your awesome Patreon, hint. Hello, Mike. Happy New Year to you as well. Happy New Year to everybody. You're playing some Gmod, Luca? Nice. $300 pounds. What are we working with here? Because they do thingy. Is VR really at spectator sport? Didn't think it matters how one looks. Yeah, I mean it depends on how you do it. You know, if you have it as a third-person camera with a controller on the top, and the camera is tracked in the world, then it makes a bit more sense. If you're live streaming it where you've got first-person view and then just a webcam of you, you know, standing over there looking like an idiot, then you're standing there looking like an idiot. So, yeah. But yeah, if you have a Vive controller strapped to the top of a camera. It gets tracked in 3D space and you can move it around, but either way you can still have it. As long as you have a green screen around you, you can then overlay, that's the word I was looking for. USD, right, so 6400T and 12 gigs of RAM. It depends what power supply you have. If it's a like old system, then the power supply may be quite dead or not very good, in which case you might want to spend $50 of that on an EVGA 500B 500 watt power supply. So yeah, but if you've got a good power supply in there already, then perhaps something in the order of, so for $300 you're probably looking at 1060, 1070, and 1070 used or 1060 new. Actually, for that sort of price, the Vega 56 and our ARX 580, sorry, are really very interesting. Mike, it's very simple. Use Streamlabs OBS, which you can. I actually have an affiliate link for. Literally, if you just sign up, like, you know, stream with it once, then I get a commission for that, which is awesome. You can check out my Streamlabs. George is subscribing. Thank you. Check out my Streamlabs OBS or SL OBS versus OBS video. The link is there. I think also it's TechteamGB.co.uk/slobs SLOBS, and that'll take you to it. But either way, you download that, you set up a scene like you would with OBS, with just a couple of clicks, add your camera or screen recording or whatever, and then you just add a chat box, and you can set it up to however you want, but it's pretty simple. I want a cut. I told you about Streamlabs. Set up an affiliate, man. It's like it came up in the top thing. You get $1 for every person that invites and streams. Yeah. DaVinci Resolve not playing nice with the new Radeon Adrenaline update. Is it? Damn. I've got a Ryzen 2700, but a GTX 1080, so I'm not a thingy user, Radeon user at the moment. What's up with it? All in favor of Andy, seeing Andy standing there looking like an idiot. Right, so Stein and Ish are getting banned. Crashes before loading. Interesting. That's I mean, I'm sorry to hear that. It's weird. I guess you've already rolled back the driver, so no point in me suggesting that. Did everyone who wasn't here last week have a good Christmas and New Year's? Anything you're interested in trying out in 2019? Jesus, it's 2019. Anything you're interested in trying out in 2019? Ban is merely the beginning of banter. Great. Nice one. Oh, Jesus. So what have I been playing with? Oh, I got, besides that monitor, which is ludicrous, I've got a new AOC one, rather. AOC G2590PX. It's one that someone in the Discord just bought and then recommended I check out. So, nice one, F7. Yeah, it's basically the next version of the monitor that I have here. This one is the Jesus, all of the product names, man. AOC G2460 PQU. The newer version of this is the PF, which is the FreeSync one, and now they have the 2590 PX, which is the nice sort of versatile stand. It's got a USB 3 hub in the back, and it's still 1080p, 144Hz, and not horrifically expensive. It's something in the order of £240 for the one with the fancy stand, or 208 for the one with just tilt. But otherwise the panel is the same on both of them, except for the no USB no USB hub on the back of the cheaper one, but either way, it is pretty cool. Viewing angles side to side are still good. It's TN, but top and bottom are still horrific, same as this one. I think it might be the same panel, or very similar. But in terms of color accuracy, I think it was like 95% or 91% of sRGB, but then like 63% of Adobe RGB and 65 of DCI-P3. So not color sensitive work ready, but it was alright. It was fine. And 140, like true 144 hertz, so it's good fun to play with. Hello, Push Tech Talks. How you doing? It seems very high. There we go. Was gonna buy a Cisco switch at work today, but only 100 megabits per second. Ooh. Super user, I didn't really make many videos over the holidays, but I've smashed my subscriber record and views for a month. Hunting you down now, F7. Nice. Is the panel better than the Element Gaming one? So the Element Gaming one, unless you're talking about a different monitor, is a 1440p 144 Hz. The G2590px is only 1080p. So a bit of a different category. Hello DP, how you doing? I'm okay. I'm doing alright for once. I'm in still pain, but you know, it's alright. Nice one, F7. I'm good, what about you? Yeah, not too bad. As I said, in pain, but getting by. And I've been having a lot of fun with the Vive, I must admit. It's a very new experience, and obviously, you know, the £2,300 4K 144 Hz IPS G-Sync. What else is it? 4 millisecond greater response time with a bat signal on the top monitor. That's pretty cool. It was a very unique experience. Really loved the desk PC video. Awesome, thanks. Yeah, it was just I was already upgrading stuff anyway, so I thought I'd give a shot at kind of just overhauling it a little bit more, throwing in a new board because I was having a few problems with the Crosshair board, and the older 1700 and older RAM. So I thought I'd upgrade it all, and yeah. Just had it lying around, so why not, right? Nice one, Super User. Did you have to manually change your titles, or did it like suggest titles for you to change to and stuff like that? Push That Talks looking forward to what AMD announces this CES and how Intel responds. So I should mention, as I mentioned at the start, I am under NDA, so I can't tell you what they're actually going to be announcing, but as far as I'm aware, it's not that. It's not what I think you think it is, and so I don't think that there will be much of an Intel response to be needed for what they're announcing at CES. What they announce later on, yeah. Hello Cypher, and C, what are you powering your the PG27UQ with? A Zotac 28 Ti, funnily enough, and an 8700K. I thought I was putting the 9700, the 9900K in, but then I mixed up which boards I had and what chip was in which board. So it's actually an 8700K, but either way, they're basically the same for gaming anyway, especially at 4K, so doesn't really matter. But should be like boost should be like £50 or something like that. Okay. It gives you suggestions. All right. Yeah, might have a look at that. I keep forgetting. I keep like it's one of those things that you just need the 5 minutes to sit down and like go to the place, click the thing and download it or whatever, and you know, set it up, and then spend an hour just going through stuff. It's you know, like I should, and I have time in a day that I could do it. It's just that those two things don't seem to line up so that I actually sit down and do it. But yeah. Snap got the Zotac 2080 Ti in the 9900K, still not used it. IB Real, you need to try some games with RTX. I don't have any games that can use them. I don't own Battlefield right now. I've been considering it, you know, write it off as a business purchase or whatever, but I don't have any games at the moment, and there really aren't that many right now. So yeah, I guess we'll have to see. I'd quite like to see it enabled just to see what it looks like. You know, you know, myself, not, you know, whatever recorded video just sat still or whatever. But overall, I'm not incredibly enthused by the prospect, let's say. Cypher should upgrade. Should I upgrade from a i5 8th gen to an R5 2600X? So you're streaming as well. Which with a Jesus, Andrew, mouth work. Which 8th gen i5? Is it the 8600K? Is it the 8400? Which one is it? Hello, Choma Dog. How you doing? I'd love to come to your place someday. I just had this stuff lying around. Suddenly there's a 2.5K monitor lying around. I mean, yes, but no. Most of it isn't actually mine. It's like on loan, so yeah. Thank you, Copyright Inspector. Cypher, so it's an 8600K. Okay, so in that case, if I'm remembering that right, and I'm gonna double check because I forget things a lot, but if I'm remembering that right, then it is, yeah, 6 cores, so it's the same number of cores, so no, there's no point in upgrading that, because technically speaking, the besides lacking hyperthreading, and therefore you'll get a benefit from obviously the Ryzen the Ryzen chip having more threads, but the Intel chip I think clocks higher, so MD, new dedicated streaming CPU capable of 1080p 60. I want to stream PUBG on high settings. For a dedicated streaming PC, it's not that big a deal, because if it's a dedicated streaming PC, then it's not taking any load from the game, which means basically any CPU will work. Technically speaking, if you really want to pour money into it, then you can go with Ryzen 2600X or 2700X if you really want to spend a lot of money. But technically speaking, basically any semi-decent CPU will be fine for a dedicated system, because that's all the system is doing, instead of something like a what Cypher's talking about with streaming and gaming on the same system. Then you need a good chip, because it's gaming and streaming at the same time. Have we spoken about the new Ryzen yet? I may or may not be under NDA for some new Ryzen chips, but not the ones that are leaking, I think. Possibly. I don't know what, I don't pay attention to the leaks. Do you like the RX 580? Yes, I do. I don't like what they've done with the whole naming schemes and stuff of the RX 590 being basically just an overclocked RX 580, and the RX 580 2048, because that's basically an overclocked chip as well. If they all just called them one card, or like the RX 580 OC and like OC Plus or whatever, then that's fine. But long story short, the actual card itself, when you scrape off all of the BS on top, is a great card, and especially at the price point they're selling for right now, it's kind of incredible, and highly recommend them, especially at the price they're at these days. When do you think Nvidia will advance towards 7 nanometers? Whenever TSMC lets them, whenever the fabs let them. What are we on now? 14, 12, something like that. I think most people are generally skipping 10 nanometer for mainstream stuff. But yeah, they shot themselves in the foot by using 580X and 570X for OEM. Yeah, bit mad. My connection is a bit pants tonight. I'm sorry to hear that, Kev. I hope it's kind of smooths out a wee bit. We've still got a wee while left, but yeah, I hope it smooths out. Hello Z-Dog, how you doing? How long till Intel gets 7 nanometer? That's probably a more interesting question, because Intel has been pouring quite literally billions a year into developing their 10 nanometer process, and it's not great. It's not producing the yields that they're looking for, and from what I understand, it probably never will, or return on investment. I think that they have a bit of a sunk cost fallacy here, because they are producing some 10 nanometer chips, but those chips are significant, like they're tiny chips, they're mobile only, and are like, mobile only in terms of not mobile, but laptop mobile, and they're not impressive in any way. So for Intel to get 7 nanometer, that means that they would have to write off the 10 nanometer process node, and I think a lot of people are a bit afraid that they've spent like tens, if not hundreds of billions on trying to build a 10 nanometer process to then just give up and spend another 10 to 100 billion on trying to develop a 7 nanometer process. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. My PC keeps blue screening after the last update reset, I think, as I only run Windows on my SSD. Yeah, fair play. Cypher, I can't remember what I said. But you should be fine, and generally speaking, I still highly recommend NVENC if you've got an NVIDIA GPU, or a VCE if you've got an AMD GPU, especially if you're just starting out in streaming, or even if you're not. Generally speaking, NVENC is very good, as is VCE, and they do a very good job. But I really wouldn't recommend switching from an 8600K to a 2600X, because they're essentially the same chip, except technically speaking, the 2600X is slower in single-threaded tasks. So yeah. Z-Dog, we're developing 7 and 10 nanometers at the same time just to make bars not jump straight to AMD. In theory, yes. Hello Martin, how you doing? Happy New Year. I was gonna say something. Okay, the quality not be as good. Not really. Ow. Honestly, I'm actually, hold on, where is it? I'll just go find it for you, because no one looks for videos. That's one of the recent ones. Right. Here's a video that I recommend you watch. I want to put my Ryzen 5 1600 in my NAS and then get the best chip that's coming out. I'm in fair play. Wonder why not Samsung make processor for AMD and NVIDIA? Probably because they've got too much on their own plate right now. And MD, you can use that, yeah, that would be perfectly fine. Hello Chris, how you doing? RAM prices might cool down now demand has reduced. I hope so. I really hope so. There's I mean, it's definitely come down a fair bit. It was like £200 for 16 gigs of RAM, you know, like basic Bones RAM. Now it's £100. So halving is good. There's a wee bit way to go before it's kind of back to what we would consider pre-hype normal, but at the same time, it is still relatively decent. Hello, Joe. How you doing? Currently cooking bacon. Nice. Try not to burn it. Crispy, but not burnt. Big difference. Only been 7 minutes since I joined. Well, it's fine. Stein says that's another way of saying you're late. Serves you right then. Oh, the burn. No worries, E-Dog. Happy to help. Whereabouts did you say you are in the world? Were you in the India side or the America side? I can't remember. I'm assuming by Z-Dog, Dog, that you're more American, but I don't know. YouTube being YouTube didn't send me a notification. Nice. Vancouver, BC. Cool. So near Linus then? In which case, do you pester him a lot? Hello, Steve. How you doing? I joined the stream 31 minutes ago and didn't even get a hello. You did. I said hello, Stein, as one of the first 3 names that I read out. Yes, I met him. Nice. Was that at, like LTX? If you did go to that, I'd be very interested to hear what it was like. Because obviously, you know, UK. I ain't flying out there for that. Canada, the nice America. Oof. No, he did a meetup last March. Nice. Is that not what LTX is, or was that a different? I don't know. Was that at his office or something? I beg to differ. Where are the witnesses? Wow, it's called YouTube, and you can scroll. I want to go to DEF CON. That would be cool. That would be cool. No, just a small one. Okay, cool. Hello, Dave. How you doing? Well, you did now that you're here. Why Linus recommend XO264 over MVNC? I don't know. Technically speaking, I think when you push XO264 to its limits, you can see a benefit over NVNC, because NVNC at its limits versus XO264's limits, the XO264 limit is higher. It just, you know, you would need a dedicated streaming PC to reach those limits. But yeah, for me personally, and especially at sort of default settings, really nothing big of a difference. You go into Teltex 2019? Nice one. You gotta let me know what that's like. We need a UK tech YouTuber expo. I tried to set something like that up like quite literally 4 years ago. But it was going to cost £200,000 to £300,000, and I didn't have that. VidCon London, yeah. Hello, Andrew. Said Andrew. We need a proper tech UK shop in the UK. Yeah, I mean, yeah. There's no like micro center or anything. There's the individual people, like there's eBar, who you can't visit, but Clockers, who you can because they have a shop. Scan, I think, has a store. Box has a store in Birmingham. Novatech, I think, have a store, although don't quote me on that. I know those sorts of people. So there are places, but yeah. Duo meetup at Insomnia or EGX. That'd be quite cool actually. If we could arrange a if we can arrange meet up with everybody. Are there any really big UK tech YouTubers? Aaron Manny, he's over 1 million subs. What's his name? Super Saf, I think is close. Who are the other guys? I mean, Tom Tech Chap. He's not really big, but he's like 300,000 or 400,000 subscribers these days. PC Centric is 150, 120, 120,000, 150,000. So certainly a couple. And then of course there's ClickTech UK and PC Tech Hub UK. PC World is very, very mainstream. They don't sell any components these days. I think, you know, if you wanted something like a microsensor, PC World just isn't that. Wapted is in the Discord. Are you coming on stream, Wapted? How big is Barnacles? I genuinely can't remember. Hello, Mad King Place. How you doing? How was your New Year? Happy New Year. How was your Christmas? Merry Christmas. Is RTX 2080 enough for 1080p 60 streaming using NVENC? Yes, totally. You can set a pretty decent you can set a pretty decent bit rate. Jesus, Andrew. Yeah, you can set a pretty decent bit rate and then go from there. Maplin, not really. Even if it is online, nah. Barnacles is genuinely irritating. Well, he was actually one of my, like, when I hit about 1,000 or so subscribers, he subscribed to me. I think he technically might still be subscribed. I haven't checked in ages, but that was kind of funny. I'm doing alright, mate. It's been a while since I came back to your stream. Indeed, it has. I'm glad that you're doing good though. That's cool. Ours closed down. Yeah. Yeah, Maplin's pretty closed. Yeah. Did I miss anything? Did you see the news that someone got Battlefield 5 with RTX running on a Titan V? That'd be impressive. What was the performance like? Hello, Colin. How you doing? Everyone had a great Xmas? Not really, but you know, that's just life. How about you? And Happy New Year to everybody who I haven't already said Happy New Year to. Got a running out of water in my Seagate sponsored bottle. Our Maplin seemed open over Christmas. I thought it was another company too cheap to rebrand. Nice. Was okay, like to round up? Awesome. Ow. How can I make encoder more clear? 720p 60 fps. Higher bitrate? What bitrate? What bitrate are you streaming at, and which encoder are you using? Are you using NVENC? In which case, just higher bitrate. If you're using S.264, what preset are you using? Someone on German forums. What did I miss something? Percent talks. Oh, same as 2080 Ti. Right, got you. That's interesting. 6,000 with an RTX 2070. Why are you streaming at 720p? Because, well, I mean, technically speaking, you get less pixels but better quality per pixel. So, I don't know. We label them looters when it's broad daylight. Nice. What a chat. But yeah, in terms of streaming stuff, it's the resolution technically doesn't matter. Because it's bit rate is per second. So it's just how you divide that up. So if you got, say, 1080p 60 at 6,000 kilobits per second, 6,000 at those 6,000 bits, it's 6,000 bits per second, no matter how many frames or how many pixels you have to put in there. But technically speaking, 720p 60 will be a technically better quality image, even though it's lower resolution. Mad King plays and Push Tech Talks. Z-Dog is right. I have arthritis in every joint in my body. The theory is it's palindromic rheumatism, but that's debated. Although a lot of people that I know that have palindromic rheumatism have the same sort of I suppose symptom set that I do. But yeah, it hurts. Like I have pain most days. It can range from like, you know, being a little bit kind of, oh, that's a bit of an annoying pain, you know, kind of 1 or 2 out of 10, all the way up to like 9 or 10. And I'm physically unable to walk. That's why I have a wheelchair. That's why I have a walking stick that's technically just out of frame this week. But over there. And bringing the monitor back. Yeah. No worries, my King Place. Just have to get on with it, really. As far as I'm aware, there's the only drugs that I could potentially take are disease-modifying drugs, which are if they're not working exactly how they're supposed to, which I don't have the blood markers to show that I would, they would. They can destroy my liver, possibly kill me, and do a number of other pretty nasty things. So yeah, just sticking with pain management. Sorry about the illness, tried CBD. Yes, I have. Wasn't effective and can be dangerous in connection with other drugs, so no. But I'm doing what I love. I am indeed. I must admit, the VR kills me. Like, you know, if I'm not in pain, standing up for an hour playing VR, for the last like 4 days that I've had it set up, almost every time that I've spent about an hour playing VR, I have had to like, lie down because of literally screaming in pain. But I keep playing VR because it's really fun. So yeah. Also, this thing, I know that I've mentioned it already, but a few people have kind of turned up. This is the Asus PG27UQ. It is a £2,300 monitor, which is the most expensive monitor, at least, you know, gaming monitor about, and it's 4K, 144 Hz, IPS, G-Sync, 4 millisecond response time, and it's absolutely nuts to play on. You know, there's no way that I can do this justice in a video. I've done my best, but the gameplay experience on this is just phenomenal. It's not something I would ever recommend anyone to buy, but to have a play on it, to feel how like just beautifully crisp yet you know buttery smooth it is, it's just nuts. So yeah, don't buy one, but play on one. Please stop, my bank is empty. Man, that's twice the cost of my whole setup. I know the feeling. You've tried playing Subnautica in VR? I think you can without getting up. I haven't. I'm playing Pavlov mostly. Also Budget Cuts. And my partner got me Super Hot for my birthday, which is awesome. I haven't played it yet. Andrew, no, it's 4K at 120 Hz, 144 Hz when OC makes the picture quality worse due to compression. I've not seen that happen in my experience with it. How much is that again? £2,300. You got that out of Ryan? I think so. The box is not in operable condition. Faint. Thank you, Z-Dog. And yeah, 8K 240 Hz one day. One day it'll be entirely pointless, but one day. Bloody hell, that's my whole PC. I know, right? 4K looks like 720p anyway. Why do you think I have glasses? No, these are for distance. Just weird. Some of you guys have seen me for a couple of weeks without glasses. Do I look weird without glasses now? Because I think when I look at myself, I look weird without glasses, despite literally having 21 plus years of not wearing glasses. It's weird, isn't it? Weird flex, okay. Wow, I'm guessing you got sponsored by Asus. No, it's a review sample just like everything else. Or just like all the other stuff. You always look weird. Thank you, Ish. Screw you, Nath. Yeah, Mad King. Yeah, it's not a sponsor. Asus do sponsor some things with me, but it's not. It's a review sample. It will go back after roasted. Oof. It'll go back after I'm done with it. Look the same. Glasses aren't bad or noticeable. I think that's good. Yeah, I mean, I spent like 3 weeks trying to pick a frame size that I like frames that I liked, so I'm fine with them. Like I don't hate them. It's just when I take them off and then look at myself, it just feels like something's missing. Did you check were Google using radar tech to use gestures to stuff like play music without you actually touching anything? A lot of cars like BMWs and even like the more luxury ones, Rolls Royces and Bentleys and stuff are doing like that sort of gesture controlled stuff. So yeah, I've been trying to get my parents to get a 55-inch 4K TV. They keep saying no because it wouldn't fit anywhere. Nice. That's a shame. I've seen Linus's review. It's such a great monitor. It is. It really is impressive. Thank you, Nate. Thank you for that. And thank you, Stein, for saying it first. Indeed, Zito. I know, right? Review samples. What the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. 43-inch seems reasonable for them, but some reason we have a 32-inch at the moment. Fair enough. 720p 60 FPS is easier on my system. It's not though. In fact, it got to be harder. Because so I'm gonna assume that you're playing at 1080p, right? So if you're playing at 1080p, when it captures a frame, it just has to capture that frame and do no interpolation. And then it compresses that frame into 6,000 kilobits per second and sends those kilobits out of your internet pipe and away into the internet fairies, right? That's totally how it works. So if you then output it at 720p, it then has to take that frame and then instead of just immediately compressing it, it then has to interpolate it down to 720p with scaling and then compress it. Now you do get a better image quality in the end of things, in theory, but generally speaking, it will be easier on your system because there is one less task that it has to perform, even if it has to compress more pixels into a smaller space. Or into the same size space, I suppose. How much performance difference between the 9600K and the 9700K in gaming? I think it's probably like 5%, something like that. If only that were the case. And you want to play Rocket League after the stream? I'm going to leave that one up to Nathan. One with cars will have gesture controls for Audi drivers. Lol. Is there any news on Ryzen 3 or will it be the CES? As far as I'm aware, it's not the CES. I'm under NDA for some things that they're launching, but as far as I'm aware, it's not that. I don't think that there will be much difference at 1080p 60. Yeah, I don't think so. Have you tried streaming at 1080p 60? Same bitrate? And if it's NVENC, then try upping the bitrate. I tried streaming once OBS at 720p 30 with not much kilobits, and my poor Xeon peaked while testing Fortnite. Nice. Is it Navi? I do believe it's not graphics card. No worries, Mike. California Republic. Greetings from North Hollywood. Any suggestions for lunch? What did I have when I was there? I don't think I really ate that much when I was in California and Nevada, because especially when I was in San Francisco, we would have like, you know, a small breakfast or whatever like we would normally have, and then we would have a lunch, which I'm just very surprised that the portion sizes were incredibly large. And so we would basically eat lunch and then not eat for the rest of the day because we were still full. So yeah. Ow. But yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember what I had in LA. I think I went to the Hard Rock Cafe, which was all right. I think I left early though. Yeah, there you go. Ooh, Rocket League. All right then. Yes, it looks better at 1080p60. Cool. Stream at that then. Lunch Team GB. Good show. Good show, old chap. Why does my stream look less clear at 720p 60? Because there's less pixels. Lower resolution, man. It's not just the portion sizes, it's the stereotypical people sizes as well. I mean, the stereotype wasn't disproven when I was there. So yeah. Any opinions on the Tesla cars? I am a fairly big fan. I do very much enjoy. I've been in a few as a passenger. I'd quite like to drive one at some point, but generally speaking, they're pretty cool. There's obviously, you know, the more, I guess, politics side of things, but I generally like what they're doing with their autopilot tech, their general, especially the performance side of things, is just quite impressive, and then the range side of things is also pretty good as well. So, yeah. I quite like them. I wasn't really one for impressive fit and finish anyway. I'm not someone who would normally buy, you know, I'm not someone who owns a BMW M5 or whatever, right? So the more impressive performance was a bigger draw to someone like me who doesn't necessarily care about the ultimate luxury quality feel, but at the same time I can understand why some people don't like them. But yeah. Are the Tesla cars like super silent? They still have road noise, so you still have the tires on the road noise. The only difference is that there's no engine. I think there can be a little bit of whine from the motor, but yeah. Like when you absolutely foot to the floor, they whine a little bit as they pull out. BLT TCB, nice. Cypher, okay, but another streamer has the same bitrate and res, the 2500, and it looks like 960. I don't really, without seeing it personally, is there any reason that you don't want to stream at 1080p 60 at the same bitrate? You heard about the repair policy? I haven't really. I've heard a few people, like I know MKBHD had an accident with it, but they overcharge just like Apple though, right? Was that they don't let you repair your own stuff? Is that right? Because if that's the case, then that's bad. Me no likey. But yeah, it's a weird one, really. I don't really understand why. I know that Apple is whining about people repairing their phones being the reason why they don't want a new one or whatever, and not, you know, the $3,000 pricing for one. But hey, people can watch without buffering. Well, yeah, but then Twitch and YouTube can handle the derezzing for you, can't they? And also, it's the same resolution. It's the same bit rate, right? So if you're streaming at 6,000 kilobits per second, right? No matter what resolution you stream at, whether you stream it 1:1 or whether you stream it, you know, 4K, if you're still only at 6,000 kilobits per second, that is all the data that will leave your computer and then will go to Twitch or YouTube and then will potentially be compressed to then be resent to viewers, right? So if people want to drop the resolution, and by resolution I mean the bitrate, because when you change the resolution on YouTube, for example, what that does is serves you a different video file that is lower resolution, but is also much lower bit rates. Whereas when you click for higher resolution, the way that works is they then give you a closer to the original quality file, which is much closer to the original bitrate, basically. I have the BMW i3. It's good, but the range isn't insane. Does that one that's got a like, is it a diesel or a petrol like generator, like 3-cylinder engine or something in it, right? For powering the batteries though, right? Did I miss it? Oh, I've driven the Model X and it's amazing. If you go to a Tesla dealer, you can book a desk drive. I've tried the ludicrous mode on the Model X and OMG. Nice. I might have to do that. I mean, I think most of the like test drives and stuff like that are limited to like 25 years or older, and I'm not that. So yeah, yes, you can get the range extender. Okay, cool. So your one doesn't have that. YouTuber Rich rebuilds, but a scrap Model X and did a fixer-upper. Nice. That's quite cool. I think I was recommended that video at some point. I didn't see it really. Oh, yours does. Cool. Nice. Does this have any more in it? No. Great. Well, I've only got a couple of minutes anyway. Andrew, most important question I can think of right now. Have you tried the new Greg's vegan sausage rolls yet? No, I haven't. I generally make a point of not going Greg's because it just is like greasy and disgusting. So, you know, I worked in a like shopping mall, as the Americans call it, car park, and so would visit Greg's every like Sunday for, I don't know, like 2 years. To buy a sausage, bean and cheese melt, and maybe a yum yum, but yeah, not me. Until i3, not BMW i3. I was very surprised to hear when BMW came out with the i3, and then the i8. I was very, very surprised to hear that, but yeah. Owning a Tesla in the UK is difficult, almost specifically because of the amount of charging station availability in the UK. I thought it was quite well, let's say, built network, because I know you can, obviously, you'd want to use the superchargers, which are at a number of like motorway service stations I know of, because I've stopped at a few of them. But there is also the standard EV charging stuff. BMW Core i9. Yeah, there's also the standard charging stuff. So yeah. Sadly, they don't allow you to drive the ludicrous mode, but Felix, trust me, you'll be the next with a Tesla employee next to you. I've done it in Cambridge. I don't know if you have one in Nottingham. I don't think we have a dealership here, but I'm sure that there wouldn't be one overly far. Hey man, what's your thoughts on the GTX 1080s on eBay that's very cheap? They're normally rebranded cards, so they're like fake cards, so they'll be rebranded as 1080s and might show up as a 1080, but when you do some actual digging, they're normally a couple of generations old and not 1080s. Really, only charging station I've seen is at Plymouth University, never seen one anywhere else. Yeah, check the supercharger map. There's basically like the majority of like motorway service stations either have standard EV charger points, or they have superchargers, and normally, thank you, Kaisto. Normally they have what you call it, like 5 bays and stuff. Just bought a car off eBay. You have good bar protection if you get a dud. Nice. Did you buy a legitimate one, or did you buy a like crazy cheap one? Buy a cheap GTX 1080 off Wish, sell to CX, profit. I mean, you can try. So has anyone got any last tech questions? You got a legit 1080 Ti Strix for $609 shipped. Nice. What's up, Colin? That's fraud. Is it? Oh, thank you, Stein. That's very kind. No worries, E-Dog. Yeah. Any last minute tech questions before we disappear this week? I mean, as usual, we'll be back. We will be back next Thursday with streams and obviously videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday anyway. So feel free to check those out. Best budget CPU at the moment under 100. Ryzen 2200G or 2400G. I can't remember which one it is. Nice one, Z-Dog. Joe, I hope so. But yeah. ET, yes, a little bit. What are you most hyped to see at CES? Probably the cars, actually. And yeah, next week will be a birthday stream. Woo woo. But cool. Yeah, I will. I'll catch you all next week. See you in 2 days, Dan. Hello, Matt. How you doing? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, we'll see you all next week. And yeah, next week will be a cool birthday stream. See you guys.